Welcome, Sagittarius, to your September spiritual reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. This reading is for spiritual healing, spiritual intuition, spiritual growth, understanding things deep within yourself. Okay, so better understanding. Okay, friends, let's get in here. See what's going on with you. Okay, Sagittarius, see? Sagittarius. Ooh, got two right here. Diving for the light and against the grain. Ooh, okay. Okay, so you have diving for light. Wow, you got two diving cards here. Very interesting. She's swimming. So diving for light over here with number 11. We have this card speaks of the time when you are called into darkness through life circumstances. Situations, relationships, challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. The darkness might be a creative block. So we're going to say this card is probably a block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be an obvious case. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as death, divorce, or retrenchment. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experiences of darkness. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. Our creative process and our spiritual path go through a similar turning of the wheel. There is a spring and summer, and there are a winter and fall, the seasons of our soul as well as in the earthly ones. There is the autumn harvest, and there is the death inherent in winter. When energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness where it can rest, regenerate, and simply be until the time is right for new life, energy, and creative inspiration burst forth. So pretty much what it's saying is, as you're on this journey, okay, things are happening to you. Things that happen just as seasons do. Okay, people need to understand you're not cursed. Okay, because you have bad things happening. You're not having bad luck. It's just the way life is. Things break. Things happen. These are a part of things that we learn from when we're on our spiritual journey. There are things we have to go through in life so that we can learn from these processes, so that we continue to grow. Okay, so that's pretty much what it's saying. It's this darkness that you might be feeling. Why am I feeling this? Why is death occurring around me? Because people die. You don't have any choice in that. We're born to die. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. It's the way it's always going to be, right? And it just feels like this person's died, Why am I surrounded by death? Because those are the people that you were surrounded with, and it's their time to go. It's not really you being surrounded by death. It's just death is a part of life. And it doesn't make you have bad luck. There's no bad luck in death. Death happens. Okay. Why are these things keep breaking? Because they break. Cars break. They need maintenance. Refrigerators break. They die. Other things die too, right? And these are things that we have to experience. It says, just like winter, the trees will lose their leaves in the fall and then die, okay, and go into this like hibernation mode where they have no leaves at all. It doesn't mean that they have bad luck because they don't have any leaves. It just means that's the type of tree they are due to the circumstance of weather. Your garden is going to die during harsh snow, okay? It's not bad luck, it's just, you know, you're gonna have to replant in spring, right? So this is the justifications of life, okay? So you have to dive deeply to try to understand these things, okay? And understand that these are the challenges and the struggles and having the understanding, okay? And that feelings are real, right? Feelings are real. You're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel anxiety. You're going to feel mad. You're going, you know, these are real emotions, and these are things that people express all the time, because if you didn't have these emotions, you wouldn't be human. You'd be some android, some robot, okay? These are real emotions that you're going to have to go through because it's the way life is, okay? Okay, so it says, when diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has a purpose, much like winter does upon the earth. It is not in error or through lack of consciousness that you are here now. It is a testament to your spiritual growth and creative process, not a sign that we are lacking or stalling in life. The healing process below will help you with your inward plunging and successfully navigating it. Right? You're going to navigate through these things. These are things everybody on this planet goes through, not just you. Right? So don't just feel like it's just me or I'm cursed. Okay, that's not true. That's not what it is. It's the natural process of design of life. Yes, it's going to, you need to root yourself, get your chakras open. Say, I have the understanding. Get yourself into a meditative state and saying, I have the understanding. I understand that these are the processes of life. Know what I have. Having the understanding of these, you're going to have to just dig deep. Get yourself stable within your emotions. Get yourself stable within the situation and stable within the understanding. Yes, looking out on the horizon to say, you know what? Broken down ships is going to come in and good ships are going to come in. So in my life, there's always going to be a broken down ship that's going to cause me havoc. And I'm also going to have these golden ships that are going to come in, and they're going to be beautiful. But you have to also understand it's not just you, it's everyone who lives on this planet has this, right? So it's more like having the understanding. Yes. This will help you understand. Understand that this is going to free you. You're going to feel more free when you have this understanding. Because why? Because then when things do happen, you're not going to take it so overboard and so over emotional that it's going to make you, like I said, come up with this, I'm always got bad luck. I'm always cursed. Right? So it's going to free you, and it's going to help you grow with the Ace of Swords. You're going to have the understanding. You're going to have the growth within yourself, and it's going to be mental, and it's going to give you a fresh new outlook on how to free yourself from these negative, yes, see, Five of Cups, from this negative standpoint. So you're going to feel free. We're actually going to put the Five of Cups over here on top of the sun because it's going to free you from getting overly emotional, overly depressed. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to ever have depression again. You will always have that, right, in its own ways. It's just that it's going to keep you from believing that you are cursed, or that, you know, all these negative things that you're putting into your mind. The more negative you're spewing out, the more negative you're getting back. So now you're going to actually law and attract. I have the understanding. So this way, when these things happen, I will not take me that long to get to the Two Cups behind me. Yeah, I'm going to be sad for the time being. That's normal. No one's telling you to be a robot. That's normal. I have these things myself, right? We all do, because we're human. And sometimes, no matter how much you can sit over here and say, You do this and you do that. You know what? I can sit here and tell you this all day and all day and all night, and I'm going to tell you a lot of times it still takes me forever to get to those 2 of Cups behind me. I teach the stuff and I still have the same problem. Why? Because I'm human. I'm not some Mother Teresa. I'm not Gandhi, right? I'm not some angel. Still takes me with certain things, especially death, to take it, from here to here, right? Yeah. But the point is that once I get through it, it feels like I grew again. Once I release. Why? Because then you have a better understanding again. You have to get back to your roots and say, well, they can't live forever. Well, they were like 90. Right? So yeah, you're having these problems, right? I mean, for those of you who've been here knew that, my grandmother died in June and I went through this. I mean, I was messed up, you guys, until like August. I mean, I'm still a little wishy-washy about it, right? Every time I want to call her, because I called her every day. She's my mentor, my best friend in the whole world, right? And yeah, but then I have to come to the logical thinking. She was 85. She had some medical issues, and after her stroke, you don't really want her to live the way she was after the stroke, you guys, okay? So yeah, it was more, I had to see it as more of the freedom for herself and the freedom of the blessing. Come to the realization that, yeah, it sucks. But it was her time to be released, right? Okay, so keep going, right? And we all suffer this. Against the grain. So we're going against the grain over here. Okay, you have to go against the grain, because if you don't go against the grain, you're not going to get out of the 3 of Cups, okay? To find that 2 of Cups. And once you do that, you're going to go against all the grain that you naturally went with, because before you were going with the grain, and that's what keeps you in this area. So now you're going to go against the grain. The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you and that dares to honor that which is different and renders the impossible and possible. You must never ever lose your unusual ways and become dry, too serious, too appropriate, and too overly conventional. Why? Because then you just become stagnant towards yourself. You lose all your creativity. You lose a piece of yourself. Where's your joy? Where's your happiness? If you're overly serious, you can't laugh at anything because everything's stupid, right? If you become too dry, everything's dumb too, right? You have no sense of humor. If everything's too appropriate, then there's no creativity. Where's the creativity? And the same with the conventional. The conventional is the same with the creativity, because I'm just going to say it right now. Everything you're doing, if it's dry, right? Go against the grain a little bit. If you have kids that watch those stupid, some of them, what you would consider stupid, movies like the Zohan, for instance. Oh my God, I know some people love that movie. I just, but I try my hardest and I sit down and I'm like, what? I love Adam Sandler. Okay, but that movie for me is a little bit much, but I do sit down with the kids because I know the boys think it's hilarious. And yeah, there's bits and parts of funny and over here and there. And, but I go out of the box so that I can enjoy myself. So that way I can giggle at the dumb, right? And because it's lightning and it enlightens the house and it brings in good vibrations, right? I mean, it's not like I want to sit around and watch the news all day. Jeez, harmony, So yeah, how boring is that, right? So yeah, take some time to not be so conventional. Watch things. Your kids want to watch something, that you find ridiculously dumb, but they all find it hilarious. You sit down, you grit your teeth, and then, you know, every now and again you're going to have this laugh and you'll be like, oh my gosh, right? Forehead slap, you know, but it brings in a different kind of mood for your soul, and it brings in this energy into the house, right? So we don't always have to be so appropriate. We don't always have to be so uptight, you know? If you find yourself always having to eat with a fork, eat some ribs or something. You go outside the box and eat with your hands, right? Find something to go against the grain with. It's going to make you feel different, right? So you're not so uptight, because a lot of this is what this is talking to me, dry, serious, appropriate, and conventional. It sounds pretty uptight to me. Being a Taurus, I can't be that uptight, you know, because I have to have silly moments. You know, there's a place and a time for everything is what I think. And I think this is really what it's trying to tell you too. It's saying, Sag, there is a time and a place for everything, you know. So, and it says, not even for appearance sake, for you would lose your essence. You are here to show that life is about so much more than just conventional success, just being this dry person. You know, if you take everything with you, you know, of course, when you're in business, you know, you go to work, you figure you're already uptight and you're, you know, you have to be, you know, I don't know. The whole reading here for me is give yourself some Superman time. You don't always have to be Clark Kent and be so appropriate, right? So this oracle comes with a special message for you. You are someone who lives and breathes in the depths of creative waters. You need to lose yourself to the flow of music, nature, dreams, imagination, and fantasy. Through art and literature, meditation, dance, and sensual surrender to the sacred waters of the ocean, the river, the lake, and even the bathtub. Oh boy, they even brought in my bubbly, bubbly bathtub. Love that, right? So, yeah. So it's trying to tell you, you know, because you get into this depressive mode all the time, and it's like, here I am. I'm always like this, and it's saying, no, 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 no. So not only does it not want you to do this all the time and think down all the time, and think about the darkness all the time, it wants you to also go against the grain, because that grain is actually going to bring the sun out too, and it's going to release and make you more free. Yeah, this way you're going to end it. You're going to end it. It doesn't even say new beginnings. It's upside down. It says you're just going to literally end it. You're going to have an ending, right? Take it as an ending, because with all endings become the new beginning. But it's not even saying that 100, right? It doesn't say a new beginning. It says, I want you to take an end to this over conventional thinking. It's not giving you freedom. It's causing depression. It's causing you know, moping around, overthinking. This is actually going to bring you into the past, and it's actually going to make you more childlike. You're going to bring more childlike happiness, more childlike laughter, more silliness into yourself. And that is wonderful, actually, because it's going to bring you back more to the past. You're going to think more like, you know what? When I watch these silly movies, it kind of reminds me of when I used to watch such and such, right? Depending on your age. We have 1,000 movies, but everybody has a different age, so we're not going to, you know, go there. But that's exactly what's going to do, right? If I'm watching these with the children, this kind of reminds me of so silly when I used to watch this, you know, movie. And it's going to bring up that childlikeness within you that was missing so much. Happiness. And you're going to have these rememberings of, wow, I remember when I used to feel like this. I remember when I used to laugh and giggle and feel free, feel like myself. And it's going to give you this victory, and you're going to feel like you conquered something within yourself. And it is, because you have now moved up. Your soul is moving. You're freeing yourself. You're becoming more yourself. You're moving up. You're aiming high. But it's not just you personally, right? It's your soul. It's like exploding within you, and you're finding yourself happier, calmer, more rest assured. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to say it here because I keep seeing this sun, so I just keep thinking growing, aiming high, feeling more childlike, more like yourself, happier, free. Okay, and until next time, my friends, peace and love. Bye-bye.